Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague for day 2, and we just saw NaVi get taken down by Alliance.
Right, yes.
God, it's hard to keep up with all these games. They're going so fast today. But I wanted to talk about specifically Admirable Dog. So Midas and Shadowblade before 13 minutes. Okay. Yep. When I was looking at what he could go for, I personally thought you could go for two things. You can either go for a Deso, okay, which will add humongous teamfight potential, or you could go for an Orchid, which will allow you someone ranged additionally to shut down a black hole. They went for a Necro book, which basically says we're just going to keep out-farming you and controlling the map and avoid the black hole. Do you think that was the right choice? Obviously, they won the game, but...
Yeah, I do. The reason why I think it's the best in that situation is because if we're talking about, just like you said, Deso, first off, it does a lot of damage. Well, a book actually does more damage than a Desolator does, because you have 2 book minions hitting somebody or hitting a tower, which, if you're the only one there, is more damage in addition to pushing than just having a Desolator. Now, if you're pushing as 5 and you have a Desolator, then for tower pushing, that becomes a different story, because the minus armor affects the whole team. Yeah. But most of the time, it was just him. You know, he kept going to top. He kept saying, I'm going to push this particular spot. So on a pushing
side, or you're saying the Necro is better when you're split pushing.
Right.
But for the team fights, I thought they might have gone that direction more. So an Orchid Deso would obviously, in my opinion, might have been a little bit more.
But if we look at the composition that Alliance had, there were really only 2 heroes that were ever going to get black holed. It was going to be S4 and it was going to be Loda. Those 2 would never be next to each other in any circumstance ever, especially with S4 having an Ags, because he can ult from so far away. So if you're Alliance, the black hole isn't really that much of a threat. And since Puppey didn't have a BKB, he doesn't have to just worry about getting stunned out of his black hole. He also needs to worry about the fact that he could just die because he just takes a crap load of damage. And they focused him every time they saw him. So they didn't need it because the style of Dota that they were playing, even during team fights, they were so well positioned and they coordinated so well that although an Orchid would have been useful to have as a backup, I still think that book was the right call.
All right, I'm up to date.
Yeah.
That's good.
He had 800 gold per minute, by the way.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, so much fun.
That's ridiculous.
So, follow-up question for that. Enigma went for Heaven's Halberd.
Yep.
We were talking, there was just one stun, which was the Frostbite, that could stop the black hole. And do you think it was okay for him to go for Heaven's Halberd? Of course, going for a VKV might not be a very wise investment, but could he have gone for Blink instead?
I think Blink actually would have been better. That's what I was thinking to myself during the game. I actually didn't mention it because we were talking about something else, but a Blink in that game, having the kind of initiation potential with Fnatic, who already has hook, so you catch somebody, and then you wait for the team fight to kind of coagulate around that hero, and then you jump in with the Blink Dagger, right? And then that's a really, really strong counter initiation, where Puppey before, he had a mech and he tries to glide his way in, and it doesn't really work because he gets hit by a Viper ulti or a Spirit or something like that. Although a Spirit is actually a pretty big deterrent as long as you just throw it out and throw it into people that you might not be able to blink in. So maybe that's why he didn't do it.
The Ancestral Spirit as well was...
Yeah, that's
I was surprised that the Elder Titan got through on the 4th pick.
Yeah.
Ancestral Spirit with Nature Prophet's ultimate.
So pain.
How much
so
minus
damage.
armor is that? Because it's a minus 100% base armor.
Yeah, it's like your
It's
razor
100% magic resistance.
And what's the magic resistance minus? 80.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why, I think Pyrion was like, okay, this is painful and amazing. And it
The
was
Prophet ults were
the combo of that. Like when they tried to go into the Roche pit the first time, NaVi, that just came out and you literally said they've mech'd and they still had to go back. Yeah. So pretty nice to see Elder Titan in the game, and nice combo from Alliance. So let's get ready to go into game number 2, and it will be a double header. So we're going to see this twice, and it's going to be Fnatic versus NaVi. So the double header here. Fnatic so far have beaten Alliance. I believe Alliance are now 2-1 in the group.
Yes.
They've played 3 games, so they're going to be very much close to the top. Fnatic have obviously got 2 matches now they're going to be playing, and NaVi are 1-1. They lost to Alliance just now, but they beat Team Liquid yesterday. So these are pretty important to separate who's looking good in the top 3. We can talk about Fnatic's lineup. We've already introduced NaVi today, so we won't have to go to them. But let's introduce Fnatic for day number 2. We can see that Trixie, Ira, Hani, Fly, and Notel make up the 5. And yesterday, guys, it was all about Hani.
Yeah, for sure. His Invoker, spectacular. You couldn't have asked for a better performance. You can argue that he should have done well because S4's bottle died in that game, but you still have to take advantage of the situation that you're given. You can't just say, oh yeah, well he performed well just because of this or whatever. His Sunstrikes were always on point. He would have gotten S4 if Trixie didn't steal that kill with the YOLO ulti before, and then he hit a blind one on S4 when he jumped into trees, killed EGM inside of the base. It was just all over the place, man. It was unreal.
Now, having seen that Invoker performance to you, Dendi is also an amazing Invoker.
Yeah.
Who is a better Invoker?
I'd
Put you
still
on the spot.
probably have to go with Dendi. Because Hani is a great Invoker, don't get me wrong, but Dendi is known for, he's like a Ferrari. You think of Invoker, you think of Ferrari and Dendi, you know, those are the two, and Ice 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 as well. So those are the Invoker players that you gotta put him in the top
I just
five.
want to see that hero in the game this time.
Yeah, I do too. I love watching Invoker, especially good Invokers, and it's even more exciting now that we actually see two different builds as opposed to just Exort now.
Right.
Some people are going back to experimentation with the Quaswex, so it'd be interesting to see.
Amazing.
All right. Well, Pyrian, I'm going to throw you a question because Fnatic yesterday, they were the surprise team. They were the one that made the first upset. They took down
But
Alliance.
you say surprise, but
Yeah.
people were backing them. You guys were also talking them up and saying they were going to do the business.
Well, we still have to say it was a little bit surprising.
Okay,
They're
yep.
capable. Now, coming in on day two, if you were in Fnatic's team, how would you be feeling coming into day two, going up against NaVi twice after beating Alliance yesterday? Is it motivating?
Well, this
or
is
how do
funny
you think they
because
should?
we were talking about the structure of this and the fact that it's a league and that we don't have the usual back-to-back games like you get in a best of three or something where you can try something, see how they play it, and then say, well, this time we'll ban that and see how they do. So you can sort of straight away either come back from a loss or capitalize on a win. So it depends. If they lose this game, they get an immediate chance to come back. If they lose 2 games, I think that kind of knocks your morale, you know. So it's tricky. I think NaVi will want to win this one super hard.
Yeah, and that's a really good point as well. If Fnatic do lose game number 1 versus NaVi, instantly they'll be able to bounce back in terms of strategies because NaVi won't have a lot of time to think about, let's watch a little bit more Fnatic and come up for our second strategy to take it 2-0. So it could be a decent way for Fnatic to get a 1-1, but of course you're going to have to play up to the standards of your opponent, and NaVi are no pushover, but Fnatic yesterday proved that they were amazing beating Alliance. So we're going to go into the bans and draft now here at the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. It's going to be Fnatic versus NaVi, and once again, Andy, joined by Pyrian and Bruno, will take you through the game.
All right, so the doubleheader is going to start here. NaVi versus Fnatic 2 times in a row. I know I'm excited. Bruno, Pyrian, how you guys feeling?
Well, Pugna first pick.
Yeah?
I'm kind of astounded. I can't wait to see what they've got planned. He's a hero I really enjoy.
It's push, man. That's what they have planned. Between Pugna and Enigma, you have a hero who can walk into the tower. Nether Blast does 50% damage to buildings now instead of 33. They buffed it. So whenever you have a Pugna and Enigma together, you can just assume that NaVi, they at least have killing tier 1s on their mind.
Yeah, but as a first pick?
Yeah, man, he's really strong.
Yeah, but
if you think about,
they're not going to ban Pugna at any point, are they?
oh, I've seen Pugna bans in the first 4.
Really?
It can happen.
Wow,
It's one of those heroes that doesn't really get played a whole heck of a lot, especially pre 6.79, because of the way that the style of the game has changed. Because before, Pugna didn't really fit because you pick these heroes who would just crush their lane really hard, and Pugna is not known for being the best laner. Things like Queen of Pain, Puck, they're very good against him and they can shut him down. But now, since you see a lot of 2-1-2s, you're seeing more experimentation with mid, which allows Pugna to play against some of, I guess, the lower tiered 1v1 heroes that you would normally see. So I like the fact that they're fitting him into this lineup in conjunction with the Enigma already. And plus, Nether Ward is devastating against almost any lineup. The damage that you can deal and kind of making a specific area of the map saying you can't initiate into us in this particular circumstance is really strong.
And No-Tail's got his Naga Siren as well. You guys were saying that he loves to play Naga Siren, so there you go. They've got Naga Siren. Who would play the Prophet here for
Trixie?
Fnatic?
Trixie is a very good Prophet player. I mean, he's one of those...
He's a Prophet feeder.
He's a Prophet feeder, but that's the best kind of Prophet player. I mean, aside from Admiral Bulldog last game, which realistically you can't perform like that as a Prophet 100% of the time. It's more like, well, you got a good game. In terms of playstyles, and I get my wish.
Yeah.
You do.
Sorry, I lost track, but I want to finish the Nature's Prophet thing. Is the most exciting Nature Prophets players are the guys that like to jump into the fray without actually seeing what's going on,
That is
just
Trixie.
out of gut feeling.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's
Sometimes
ROTK,
it works,
and that's
sometimes it
Trixie.
doesn't, right?
They are actually like the same person when they play Prophet. It's just like, guys, I'm going in, teleport. Oh man, there's like 3 heroes here. This is not at all what I had expected, and then they end up giving away a kill. But you could also call it space creating, man. Like, even though Trixie had a questionable couple of plays yesterday, they still completely dominated Alliance. And the deaths that he had, I would say, didn't even really matter that much given what they were getting out of them. So we'll see if they're able to have that kind of a performance against NaVi here. But like you said, Invoker picked up now by NaVi, I'm assuming. That's Dendi. Dendi, Invoker, Opa, etc. Throw in whatever kind of statement you want there. But Pyrian, what do you think of the Wizard?
Well,
it's your best hero, right?
yeah, I'm known for it. I would like to say a shout out to my friend Cook he's an excellent Invoker player, and I'd like to give him a shout out for playing with me and carrying me many times as Invoker. I think Invoker is one of those heroes that if he gets on a roll, he can be so game-changing with his abilities, and the way he chains it all together and everything, it's just crushing. And he's an excellent Invoker, so I can't wait to see Dendi's Invoker as well. I've seen it before, and I've always been impressed. So yeah, he's an exciting hero to watch. Dropping meatballs, you know.
Yeah, and it will be a meatball Invoker too, which is important to remember. Is that I'm assuming with these heroes, he's Exort like 100%. You get Forged Spirits, conversions, Pugna, you kill towers. Like that's what you do.
I want to take you back to a game that you casted quite a while ago at DreamHack Winter.
Okay.
It was an Alliance versus Dignitas game. Loda picked Phantom Lancer. It was kind of like a taunt to AUI because of something that had happened before. There was like a Twitter exchange, and Loda wanted to prove something, just like that his Phantom Lancer build was strong, even though AUI didn't really agree with that. Do you think that after Hani's game with Invoker yesterday, Dendi is like, this guy is good, but I want to prove something.
Let me show you something.
It could be. I mean, Invoker is just like one of the most entertaining heroes to play too. It's not just about watching it. It's spectacular to see somebody like Dendi play it.
It's more entertaining than Razor.
Yeah, definitely more entertaining than Razor. I think what happened is during the draft, Dendi's like, come on, man, don't give me Razor again. Give me something I can actually have fun with. And they hand him an Invoker. So I think Dendi is going to be happy with that. And that's an important thing for team morale. Just getting a hero that you like to play can be all the difference in the world, and just bringing your A game and just crushing somebody and just playing like a Razor and be like, well, I just link people, and that's pretty much my game plan. So for me personally, I love seeing this kind of thing out of NaVi. I think these kind of picks suit them. Puppy getting Enigma is fantastic. I'm assuming it's actually going to be Habost playing on the Pugna right now because it's going to be their safe lane farm. And then Fnatic, they have their very standard, we have a team who can take ridiculously good team fights and also push off of it.
Yeah, and the big question for me right now, you just guessed Habost is playing Pugna. I would agree with that. I would agree that Puppy will play Enigma. But like what no one knows, no one can know, is who's going to play the Rubik.
What do you mean no one? I can't tell if you're like, Pyrian, who's playing the Rubik?
I was going to say Kuroki.
Holy shit, this guy's onto something.
This guy's I would have never thought of that.
I mean, honestly,
it's like I thought Kuroki played.
I thought Fnatic was going to offlane it, and that like, you know, that would be like a new thing to start boots.
Do you not think Fnatic would play Pugna here? You don't think he would?
Well, he could. I mean, Pugna's really fast. You could potentially offlane it, but against a Naga Siren, potentially something else lane, probably not.
That would be a little.
Or
bit
I guess
you could
decrepify the net. Yeah, I just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute. You can. You want to change seats? Because I think I just might want to sit over there for a while. I'm just saying.
You don't want this seat, trust me.
All right, well.
You're in the fire line if Bruno trips over the light again. He's going to smash into me. We're up to 5, by the way. See, look.
Team plan.
There you go. You got a clockwork. So
clockwork.
Fnatic will play clock, so there you go.
Yeah.
Devost Pugna.
So, going back to the Invoker, now Kunkka is going to be mid.
Yep.
Kunkka Shadow Demon mid?
It could be a dual lane. Invoker does not function well against Kunkka in the first place.
Yes.
Because Tidebringer is such a ridiculously good lane harassment tool that unless you put like 3 points into Quas very early, which no Exort Invoker is ever going to do, you're going to get a bad time. And if the Naga Siren ever ganks, and there's already a Shadow Demon there, it's almost an assured kill every single time you see a disruption. So Hani, he's actually going to be handling this gyrocopter. Might get to see a gyro versus Invoker, which I still think is okay. Because if you abuse Flat Cannon and the fact that an Invoker doesn't really have good push, you can push the lane to your advantage, control the runes a bit, and maybe look to try to get some roaming going between No Tail and Fly.
But what happens once he starts harassing you with Cold Snap? I mean, the range on Invoker, he will be able to trade favorably every single time.
I don't know about that, because if you're just going for CS, like I don't think Hani goes for trying to get like rocket barrages off or anything crazy. I think he goes to the wave, he turns on Flak to harass a bit, and then he just sits back. Like he doesn't play overly aggressive, but he does try to push the lane.
What if, crazy idea right here, you play Max Rocket gyrocopter mid, which I've seen in pro games before.
It can happen, yeah, because the rocket does an insane amount of damage. And the way a lot of gyrocopters actually do is because the damage and the stun duration are based on how long it travels. If you just walk into it, the gyrocopter rocket barrages you.
Yep.
And then you can't do anything about it, or you're forced to just hit it, which I think they changed it so it just takes a set amount of hits to kill.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 or 4 or something like that.
It's 3 at early levels, I think, and
Yeah.
4
Ooh.
third and fourth.
And Fnatic, they start things off early here. It's a 5-man smoke. They're going to be making their way into the woods of NaVi. And Dendi's actually doing a solo top, so we might have a little bit of a lane switch
he could
here.
be in trouble here as
Yeah,
well.
I don't think Invoker level 1 is a good level 1 hero.
No. He's one of those, I don't have any abilities, please don't try to gank me level 1 heroes.
A friend of mine sent me a replay for a game the other day where Invoker did not level Invoke at any point in the game.
That's so hardcore.
Yeah,
That's like a last page.
And the
thing.
Lina in that game bought 3 bashers. That's what
That's a
you
lot of
call
damage.
top tier dev.
Dedication. Was that like extremely smart or extremely silly people?
It was basement tier. It was like, this is my first game. This is probably my first time using a computer. It's that level.
Oh,
of
okay,
dev.
but that's acceptable.
Yeah, I would love to play in one of those games. I'd be like a god for a change.
That'd be fun. Like, please set my matchmaking ranking to super low for a week.
Yeah, I could get someone at Valve to do that.
Probably could. That's the scary thing. So the lanes are taking shape here. We're going to have a dual lane bottom here from NaVi. It's going to be Havost and Kuroki there. So it's going to be Pugna Rubik versus what looks to be a Gyrocopter and a Naga Siren. So this lane should be a bit interesting. I don't think, if anyone has kill potential, I think it's actually NaVi, because they can just decrepify whoever they throw a net on, and then you're not going to get the Rocket Barrage off. But there's no damage in Rubik anyway. So I think it's going to be a wash lane for the time being. And Funix going 2v1 against the Kunkka Shadow Demon. So Bruno, you called that.
Yep.
You said the dual lane mid.
And I think Navi called that as well, and that's why they...
Era. Level 1 Torrent. Fnatic taking quite a bit of damage here.
trapped.
He is
He's trying to
trapped
juke
hard.
around. He is. I think he might live here. He's 315 base move speed. They need another disruption if they want to kill, or
No.
another Torrent.
Too much.
Yeah, they don't have either. And there you go. Stout Shield, 315 base move speed. Too strong.
It's a big win still for Fnatic. They didn't get the kill, but that Fnatic has to use lots of regen right now, and he knows he can't be farming that lane. He'll just sit there, get some levels, and wait for the next disruption torrent combo and try to survive that.
Yeah, he's getting dove here pretty heavily behind the tower. Forced to pop a defensive cogs. No Tail walks into it twice.
Ooh,
Needs to be careful. He's tanking the full
gonna
creep wave.
die.
Fnatic, he wants to go for it. He's got battery assault, but there is a little bit of a cast point on that.
Body
So
block.
he can't get to him fast enough, and it's going to allow No Tail to get away. I think they might have been able to get a kill if he just didn't walk into those cogs, because he would have had a disruption.
Yeah, that cog burns quite a lot of mana, and he wasn't ready for that. I think he didn't see it. Maybe it was in the fog. Just that changes your plans entirely. Like, oh, I don't have a disruption. I'm just a big range right clicker.
Oh, Fly taking some damage. Going to eat a telekinesis. The other
So
blast
little
going to be
damage
there.
level.
Yeah, it's a level 1 blast, so Fly is going to be fine for the
Oh.
time being. Oh, Decrepify, another blast. He might not be fine. Havos is going for this. Hani, he pops a missile. Rocket Barrage going to be there. Fly turns back around. I think he could have lived there. He could have walked into the trees. Oh, man, I don't think that was worth it at all.
Oh, but now they can chase Kurok. No, Shadow Demon. I thought he was going back for him.
It's a really, really long cooldown on missile as
do
well.
you
so.
max cogs here as solo Clockwork against 2? Do you just max cogs and hope you can stay alive long enough?
I like this idea, actually. I'm a big proponent of maxing cogs in some occasions, just because the mana burn hurts some heroes like Kunkka so much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At this point, if you get... I mean, let's go to the extreme. You get level 4 cogs, you've burned 200 mana. Kunkka
Yeah.
has 299, but
It's
that point you
200
might have-
damage, too.
Yeah.
So...
Yep.
I mean, the damage is not stellar, let's be honest. But
Well, it's actually about both, because it's such a low mana cost that the damage is actually, for the mana cost, not bad. I mean, a level 4 cog is
Yeah.
200 damage for
Every
80
15
mana.
seconds, 200
It's
damage.
really not that bad,
Yeah.
especially if it's a melee hero who has to come to the wave to CS.
but if you want damage, you go... see, these here... Look at that, no more mana.
He walked
Era.
into it again. Yep, rip.
But it's like, you're right, if you want damage, you could get battery assault, but if you're playing defensively, you can be defensive and still do damage.
If you want damage...
Why am I theory
bottom
crafting?
lane, Kuro eating a full rocket barrage, gets hit by the missile as well. Nether Blast going to do some damage to Hani, but I think Havos might go down, boots on, and the net.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Havos decrepifies himself. It doesn't actually break the net. I think that's only Dota 1.
Jukes!
Oh, I think that was maybe a waste.
Point?
Yeah, that's not going to save him.
That was very optimistic. And No-Tail was coming just for the kill secure, but he wasn't needed. And now Fnatic...
I could have sworn Decrepify broke net. Is that only Warcraft 3?
I thought it did.
Because Ghost Scepter breaks.
And it's exactly the same.
Oh, disruption on Akuro. No-Tail was there. Here comes the rocket barrage. Telekinesis. Is he going to be able to throw? No, he threw him into the tower.
That's kind of questionable. He needed
I don't
to
think he would have lived anyway.
Yeah, he needed to stun Honey, but he would have died anyways.
Yeah.
So
well, not a good start for NaVi, man.
No, Fnatic looking very good value.
No-Tail gets decrepified here in the woods. Going to eat another blast. Oh, barely misses.
This is all time that Havos is not farming.
He really wants it. He's got level 2 decrep. I think he can kill him. Oh, no, disruption. Well, there go your plans. Fly. He's got net mana. Honey's nowhere in sight, though.
Well, at least Dendi has his face boots 4 minutes into the game, which is decent.
Yeah,
we
haven't seen Invoker come into play.
Oh, you were saying he was an expert Invoker?
He's Quaswex?
Wow.
It's really interesting, especially with a maxing cog clockwork and you don't go Exort? Well, not max,
but I
but
mean, you don't need more than 1 point in cogs to land the Sunstrike, really.
Yeah, that's true. It is 5 seconds at level 1, which is ridiculous, by the way. Ice Fraud, please.
It's
honestly.
fine.
8 seconds at level 4.
Do you remember Engineer?
Yeah, that's true.
How was that? Like 5 seconds at level 1 as well?
Yeah.
For people who know what we're talking about, you better...
I don't, so please explain it.
Okay, there was this other game that was kind of similar to Dota.
Middle lane. They're going to go into the Torrent. Fnatic, he's going to get soul catchered here. Wow. Oh, man, this is another kill going the way of Fnatic. And their movement has been spectacular.
It's 5-1 in 5 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. And they got kills in every lane but the Dendi one.
Yeah.
And
but Trixie is still doing good in that lane. Like, they're dead even right now.
Do you say doing good? I always had this question.
Doing well. It's doing well. It's
doing
not
well.
doing
yeah,
good.
it's. I know it's bad English, and
it's terrible.
I'm the American.
I'm appalled.
So my English should be good. I done talk good.
Your English should be good. Yeah. I think.
But it's not your English should be well. It's your English should be good.
Indeed.
And it's doing well.
Unless you have a dog called English.
Calldown's going to be there. Hook in from Fnatic as well. They're trying to find Fly, but Fnatic doesn't cog. And Fly's going to be able to walk away. Hani throws out a rocket onto Havos to chase him back. But that should have been a free kill. Fnatic just didn't cog him.
It's questionable
right
now. I think it's one of those moments where you say, well, what do I do? And you just forget. Maybe think that the team has it.
But no one else was even over there.
Like the Aki...
Like he saw the Nether Blast because Havos
used
used it straight away, and then he just was like, yeah, I'm not going to go for this guy. I just don't want the free kill. I mean...
It's the Jedi mind trick, Duke.
Between Puppey and Dendi, they're going to have to do some heavy lifting in this game. And I don't know if a Quaswex Invoker is going to have the damage output necessary to take down heroes like Kunkka, especially when you have boat buff. Quaswex just isn't going to do that much damage.
No.
By the way, check this out. They know exactly where Puppey is, and they're going to come and find him. Oh, he's revealed him with the Uncle
there's a haste on
Dolan's.
Kunkka, so they want to go for Dendi. He does have Ghost Walk. No tail. Do they have detection?
No,
they do not. So Dendi's going to be fine.
Slow.
Yeah, got spotted out by the Eidolon there. So
Eidolon?
Eidolons.
Oh, no tail. He eats a cold snap. That actually does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Poor no tail.
Oh, I hate getting
boat. I hear
They
boat.
want to go for Puppey inside of the woods. Oh, right in the face.
Nice.
Boom, shakalaka.
Jams it in. Actually, I think it's jams it in.
Yeah. He's on fire.
But right now, Fnatic are just rolling. I mean, what else can we say? The support movement, even Era's starting to rotate around the map. He's the second highest farmer in the game. He's been involved right now in 2 kills, which for a mid is really not that bad considering it was a dual lane. Fnatic, he's died once in middle. He hasn't really had the impact that he's wanted. They could have gotten a turnaround kill bottom, didn't use cogs. NaVi don't really have anything going for them right now. I think if you're in their shoes, you try to start grouping up, try to pressure some towers.
Fnatic have got a lot of setup. If you look at, they could walk in with Song. If Shadow Demon gets the 4-staff, he can 4-staff disrupt someone. Kunkka can X someone into Torrent. Nature's Path can TP.
Got mid. Fnatic is off the mark, and here comes a reaction from Fnatic. Here comes the Torrent. Fnatic throws at the cogs. He traps too. But what really can they do about this? Fnatic, he gets decrepified. He's not going to get auto attack down just yet. Here comes Aaron. He wants the last hit. He's bottling up. Somebody save Fly. Good lord. Fnatic eventually drops to the creep wave of all things, and now 7-1. In favor of Fnatic. And Havos almost goes down. He fakes the Torrent. He wants Havos to juke. Throws it into the woods, but Havo's too smart for
The
that.
thing is, the Shadow Demon is now level 5. That's Soul Catcher level 3. Means that this combo of these two players that we see right here,
It's an insta-kill, basically.
and anything that's
Yeah.
on the playfield.
I've just realised NoTail is playing Shadow Demon instead of Naga Siren.
Yeah, that is a good point, actually.
Probably
Fly.
he will micro the Naga Siren illusions
Yeah.
and his illusions from Disruption as well.
He's going to bind them all and just start trapping people.
Yes.
Because that's just what NoTail does. Also, NoTail with an Invis here. And middle.
And I think Fnatic knows. No, maybe he's just
He's
rune
checking the rune, because he doesn't have any wards. He doesn't have a rune ward right
He's
now.
like, well, there's no rune, and Kunkka didn't take it because he was in the lane all the time.
Oh, Puppy.
Well, no-tail, you can't
Gonna get
really kill
spotted.
Puppy by yourself.
Well, yeah, but Era is nearby. I think he's close enough if he gets it right on the edge.
Oh,
Teleport
yes.
in from Trixie. Boat's going to be... Yeah, this is a dead Puppy.
Bye-bye, Puppy.
And everybody hates dead puppies. It's like the worst thing in the world.
No.
Whoa.
It is. Oh, Havos
kill
goes in.
puppies.
He wants NoTail. Fnatic coming in from the side. He's going to pop the battery assault. He's going to use the hook shot. I think NoTail dies there either way. Trixie going to get caught as well. Rocket Barrage stolen by Kuro.
Wow.
He's going to disintegrate Trixie right there. Very nicely done. And some very needed kills there on the side of Na'Vi. They give away Puppy, but they get NoTail and they get Trixie.
But I mean, Trixie is a given, right?
Yeah, Trixie's going to see it anyway. I mean, that's just like, that's the gimme
You
kill.
guys are so mean.
But that's actually his first death, so we can't really rag on him too much.
As
Yeah.
an inveterate feeder, I'm with Trixie all the way here. It happens sometimes.
Team
Give us
Trixie?
a break. Yeah, I'm with Trixie. Hashtag I'm
By the
with
way,
Trixie.
how nice is it to set up with Naga Siren Song when you have boat? It's like so easy to land
Did he steal
that.
both, by the way?
No, Torrent.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he got Torrent.
Yeah,
Level 2.
he stole Torrent. That's going to be fine anyways.
So we've been talking a lot about how Fnatic are doing well and might have to hold that thought. NoTail, he's going to be throwing out the disruption.
Dendi.
Calldown's going to completely miss. Dendi eating the entirety of the Rocket Barrage, and he gets slowed. Here comes the Black Hole from Puppy, but he dies. Dendi doesn't have any mana to help him out. No extra TPs coming out from the side of Na'Vi, and Havos almost dies to Riptide illusions there coming out from Fly. So again,
You were in a train of thought.
my train of thought is more or less ruined, but I was just going to say that Na'Vi, hook shot by Fnatic, he's going to
nice.
take the DD, but
No, he
does he
didn't
pay
get it.
for this? Era has Torrent. He needs to back up if he wants to line up the boat. He does so. Here comes the ship, and I think Fnatic dies for that
Oh
rune.
wow,
Yeah.
not worth it. I'm gonna
Definitely
say
He
not
not
got the
worth
rune, man.
He got
That
the rune.
DD.
That's when you type #worth in all chat. You're just like, I got the rune.
Yeah.
I mean, he did take it away from a Kunkka, which is like a pretty good hero to get DD
What's it?
on.
Because Skunkka might have got a kill.
Tidebringer, man.
He got a
Bam.
kill.
No,
That's
he
the
didn't get a
point.
kill. Honey got the kill.
Yeah, but all right. Well, he was there for a kill. He was nearby.
Jeez, period.
Jeez, weren't you
You've been watching what's going on?
Weren't you watching the game,
Come
dumbass?
on.
Don't you actually have your own computer?
God. Yeah, but I'm just watching the big screen over here because I'm too
Yeah, that's
lazy
true.
to move the thing around.
Fair enough.
It's okay, we understand.
Yeah.
I actually have lived that life where you just don't have any responsibilities and you just get to look at a screen and have everything done for you.
You're right.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
Puppy's got mana boots on Enigma. He's sort of a headdress towards a mech, but
Yeah, his team needs it.
yeah.
Normally you want to go Soul Ring if you have a good start, and you can forego the Arcane Boots. But I think
Yeah.
at this point, when you have a team that wants to push, the Arcane Boots is so much more useful. The problem is, you're on a heavy pushing team.
Mhm.
You have no hard carry. Pugna is by no means a hard carry.
Right,
Invoker, a BKB kills him. So, 11 minutes into the game, you're not getting any tier 1 towers. Not even close to getting a tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't gotten anything. And this is one of the lineups, though, where I would say if Na'Vi take 1 or 2 good fights, they could very easily just kill a tier 1. That's what their lineup has in strength, is that even if they're behind, they need one good
okay.
engagement. Oh, man, Ward on the high ground. They're going to spot Havost out. Is he going to be able to live through this? He's got the suck. Nope, not going to work.
Centaur's
Come on,
wading in
Purge.
there with his.
Oh,
little
He
nice.
sucked so hard, he actually exploded into little skeleton bits. How depressing is that?
Yeah.
And now the kill score, 11-3.
No tail, take that illusion.
Tower
Moment
going to
into
be
micro.
dropping as well. Oh, bottom lane, gonna see Hani. He's gonna get caught out here. Torrent gonna be stolen by Kuro. Hani is so tanky
Yeah.
though. Goes to the
What?
overclock,
Oh,
shot
no.
misses
How did that miss?
by Fnatic. Kuro, he's gonna be dropping in the side shot.
Oh, that
Boat
bolt.
comes through,
Boat.
hits Fnatic right in the face. Now he's gonna get surrounded by trees, and Trixie's just in full right-click mode. I don't think those cogs are gonna help you, my friend. And you are trapped in there with Trixie, not the other way around.
It is
They know it is.
13-3.
Fnatic are really,
They are
really
in complete
impressing
control.
yes.
They
me, man.
land in everything.
This is not about like the ASUS ROG DreamLeague anymore. This is just like Fnatic
The Fnatic League.
setting. No. I mean, outside of the league, people will be always thinking of Fnatic. They were like, well, they're this team that are kind of there, not sure. Now, after these games, I have to put Fnatic as one of the tier 1 teams.
Yeah, for
without
sure.
any doubt.
They always had the skill. It was just about them being on the same page and coordinating well enough to actually take out some of the best teams. And they're showing that they can do it in pretty convincing fashion 2 days in a row. So I don't know if NaVi and Alliance are just in a funk or what. Yeah, very, very nicely done there. And Dendy's going to chase. He does have a heck of a lot of points into Wex, so this is like a full-out Wex Invoker, and he's going for a Yules as well, so he's going the full race car, man. I do like that, though. I still think that Yules is fine, especially on Wex, and they're going to look for someone. They're going to find Trixie, Cold Snap, EMP is going to be thrown, and there's no shot coming out from Fnatic. They want to try to turn it around. Torrent's going to be off the mark, but Fnatic takes a ton of damage from Rocket Barrage, and in the back, Dendy falls to the boat. They do find Trixie because Trixie likes to feed. Fnatic going to be dying inside of his cogs to a Rocket Barrage. Hani now unstoppable, 6-0 right now on this Gyrocopter. Hani once again having a spectacular game.
Yep, and both trying to get some push going, but again, they can't. And they're going to rotate top. It's like Enigma is up top, and he has Eidolons. I can go there, maybe secure the tier 1 tower. Let's try to make something go in our favor, because every time we lose people and we lose things, and that's not how we need to work. But look at that, Fnatic, Power Rangers, just right coming, all the TPs.
They want to try to find someone. I think they lose the tower no matter what. Maybe they can get the deny. Got to wait for the catapult hit, and then...
Denied.
That was dangerous, but they got it anyway. But Puppey finishes his mech. This could be the point in the game where maybe they take a favorable team fight, as opposed to before where they were kind of just getting rolled all over. So NaVi still looking to be behind here, defending one of their last tier 1s. Well, actually the last tier 1, because in the safe lane. That's usually the last one that you see drop, at least in games like this.
What item do you get on Pugna here?
Honestly, I think he goes book.
Yeah,
because he has a belt already, so it's kind of a dead giveaway that he's going to be going for a book. But
Fnatic,
they get the tier 1 for free. Like, NaVi can't even rotate fast enough to get anything away from this, because Fnatic are going to be able to make their way down. And Havos vanishes himself. He might get hit by an ulti for that. Dendy, though, is going to be eating it right in the face. No tail with no detection. The boat was stolen. Havos, he wants to try to take out Hani, but he just doesn't have the damage. Trixie teleports in, sprouts all over the place on 2 different heroes. Netherblast going to be thrown.
Havos is going to die.
He's not done the missile. 330 damage. Give another kill to Hani. Now, Puppey on forward retreat. Fnatic, what are you doing, bud? Your team is not here. They want him so bad. Hani, though, doesn't really have much health to fight. Era coming in from the side now with a DD. Puppey has a black hole, but there is no follow-up damage. He throws at the Sprout to block Era. They're trying to kill the missile so Fnatic can get away from here, but I think he just goes down.
Away.
He can hook out, maybe?
Oh, to the teammate. Really nice play.
Called it.
Standing on the high ground. Pyrian.
Nice Pyrian.
You could have done play-by-play.
That's what I would have done, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Did you see my thought process there?
If you had the foresight to see it, I have to believe that you would have done it.
Well, I would have attempted it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you might have missed, but the thought was there. But now 17-6, man. 16 minutes in, and Fnatic are just... They don't look like they can lose right now, because they've taken all the tier 1s. They have a huge kill lead. They're only like 7,500 gold ahead, which I say only, but it's still a lot
Yes.
at 16 minutes in. I just... don't know if NaVi are going to have enough.
Do you know what, guys? I am not used to seeing NaVi in games get behind to the point where I don't think they could win it. Like, I'm used to them still being a massive threat and thinking, it's NaVi, they'll pull something out, they'll turn it around. But that's a couple of games now where I've seen them and I've thought, there's no way back. I don't feel it. I just don't feel it. I don't see how they could win this.
The biggest thing for me is the Quaswex Invoker. I mean, it's not that Dendy did anything wrong. It's just that when you have a Quaswex Invoker and you already have BKB on Gyro, X-Sword is a lot better against BKBs than Wex, because you can just use Forged Spirits, Alacrity, and just click. So it's not as bad. But since Dendy is Quaswex, it makes it a lot harder to recover, because in this build, you want to control the game. NaVi wanted to be able to hookshot an EMP, drop all these fancy spells, push some towers with conversions and such, and Pugna Blast, and try to control the map. But they got nothing. Like, they lost every lane.
Yep.
Well, maybe not top. Top was probably even, but mid and bottom definitely lost.
And now, with this rotation, I'm looking at NaVi right now, and, well, they will find someone.
Yeah. Funix get picked off quite a bit.
Oh,
Fnatic. Yes.
Oh, runs right into Era. Era's body blocking him inside the Demonic Purge. Soul Catcher. A very sad clockwork. They're going to be going for another disruption on Kuro. He gets a telekinesis off. He gets disruption. Might be able to save himself. EMP on the high ground. Actually, not going to hit anyone, so...
You know what I'm concerned? I'm looking at the... well, there's a disruption.
Oh, they want to go in. Hani pops a BKB, maybe a little bit premature. Thought about dropping the call down, doesn't. Rocket Barrage. Here comes the X on Puppey, right into the boat. Ice Wall's dropped by Dendy, simply doesn't matter. Hani in the meantime gets that monster kill net onto Havost. He's going to try to life drain to lift through here. Boat stolen this time, thrown back into Fly, and now they might even be able to get No Tail at the same time. Chasing him down, Havost, he's got another blast. Should be a kill. Oh, one. And yeah, he still dies.
Well, he tried.
There's the kill secure.
You know, here's the thing. I'm never going to say that mech is a bad item, because that would be crazy.
Oh, Era finds Kuro, but the hook shot in from Fnatic, and they separate him with the cogs. Now Era's stuck inside. Sunstrike does almost no damage. That's a 1 Exort Sunstrike, boys, and Fnatic, he finds himself a kill. So NaVi, they find a couple of kills there.
Yeah, but still 10 kills behind, and it's going to be complicated for them. What I was saying, I'm not saying mech is a bad item, but right now, it feels that it doesn't do much just because Fnatic has so much burst damage. Once the Soul Catcher is on you, you hit a boat and it hits for 700 damage. Sometimes you don't even have time to react and pop the mech, and that's what happened to Pat. So, at this point, I feel that NaVi needs one item on every single one of their heroes, one more item to just be able to trade with Fnatic to the point where they can say, not only trade even or favorably, but also say, okay, and now we push.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. It's like they don't have enough anything. Like they don't have enough damage, they don't have enough health. They're just so far behind that that's one of the situations that we talked about the other day. When you think to yourself, there's not just one item I can get to make this good for me. It's at least 2. And I feel like NaVi, that's pretty much what you were saying for them. And now we're going to see Trixie here doing his best to try to feed, but his best efforts are going to be thwarted. His puppy's not quite close enough to go for the kill there. And
run, Trixie.
It's like, what do you really do right now if you're NaVi? Because your team fight is based around 5v5. There's nothing else that you can say about it. It's just Black Hole, Nether Ward. Pugna lends himself very well to 5 versus 5 in general, and so does a Quas Wex Invoker. You need other heroes if you're using Quas Wex, because you're really only there for control and a mana burn. But Fnatic, they can 5 versus 5 just fine. They have Song, Conkaboat, and Call Down. So they have really strong 5v5, and they can still split push.
Remember when we were talking last game, there was also a clock and an enigma. It was the idea of having the clock, just hook into someone, make everyone, I think your word was coagulate.
Yes, and I was like, ooh,
nice.
Good use of the
like
word.
There's some kind of ooze that just sticks somewhere, yeah. But
and then you just use Black Hole, and then on top of that, Pugna Blast and all the Invoker spells. So NaVi has a very, very scary team fight. However, Song of the Siren destroys that entirely.
Yeah.
Like, Song of the Siren is such of a bane for NaVi right now. They can't ever get a good initiation. And even if they can...
Yeah, this is a dead baby Skellington.
Wow.
Goodbye, friend.
Have they used Song yet, or have I missed it?
They haven't.
No.
They have not used
There's no
Song.
need.
They haven't had to, yeah.
Is
And that's
he
the
a baby
one.
skeleton?
That's the one thing I want to bring up too.
He's like a little baby
They
skeleton.
picked an Enigma into Naga.
Oh, tactical pauses.
I think that's a 2 tornado right there. I think Fly might be able to get out of the way, but I think Hani gets hit for sure.
Not if he pops BKB.
Oh yeah, but he wouldn't pop BKB because there's no point, because it's a Wex Invoker.
D4 staff forward. Someone has to have a 4 staff.
No one has a 4 staff.
Damn.
Who buys the 4 staff here? I guess.
Go. They've planned it out. They called the split.
All right, let's see if it hits 2.
Delta split.
I think Fly doesn't get hit.
Oh,
yep. Okay,
just
one.
close.
Hani losing a huge chunk of his mana there. And that's really the strength of the Invoker in this build, is just stopping the heroes from getting any momentum in the first place.
Yep.
Like, this is what the build is meant to do. But they put him in a position where he was the farthest away from any action that was going to happen. I think that's not really intuitive if you're picking that. Oh, well, here comes the first song of the game. Fly.
This can be a good
He's
one.
going to pop Riptide just to make sure he
just-
can't get stolen. He doesn't want it to get stolen. Here comes a call down. Dendy's going to heal himself, but Kuro unfortunately cannot do that. And he gets obliterated. Nice tornado by Dendy. EMP's going to be on the mark as well, but of course he got dusted, so he's not going to get away. Disruption inside of the cogs. Now Fnatic, he's trying to make his way out. He's got a homing missile on him right now. Havost stuck in Sprout. He might be able to get No Tail. He's got the life drain going, and the boat comes in from the back. Era. He gets the kill. Puppey still hasn't used his Black Hole. He's sitting around here with Fnatic. And do they keep chasing this? Kuro's back in the fight. He steals boat. He wants to throw it in. And I think Arrow might go. No, but no, he has a BKB. He's going on Puppey. There's the Hade Black Hole. Immediate ensnare coming out from Fly. They stop the Black Hole. Fnatic now stuck inside. Gets a torrent. The Cogs have been his worst enemy this whole game.
Yeah.
Like, Cogs against a Kunkka and a call down and a Gyro Man, like, ugh.
And that fight got neck 3 for profit too.
I think Fnatic might have one of the best anti-clockwork teams you can possibly put together.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other thing I could think of that's really good is Skywrath, but if the Clockwork buys a Blade Mail, then it's like
Then it
counter
kinda
to
hurts.
counter. Yeah.
Or if the Pugna just pops a ward. That also hurts. The Skeleton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite thing to do. That's my favorite.
You like Skeleton heroes. Now that I realize, you like Lich, you like Skeleton King, you
Yeah.
like Pugna.
Yeah.
Is it like something deliberate, or is it just by accident?
No, it's just, I mean, you know, what other skeleton heroes are there?
Well,
in
there's
here?
Clinks.
I mean, I've started playing Clinks and I do like him too. Yeah, you're right. I think it's 'cause all those years watching He-Man as a kid.
Oh,
Like
but
Skeletor,
Skeletor was a
man.
bad guy.
Yeah, but you know,
Everybody
It was
likes
kind
the
of a
bad
pathetic
guy.
bad guys.
bad
all the bad
Plus,
guys
he
are
looked
the
way
best.
cooler than He-Man. He was a
Yeah,
freaking
He-Man.
skeleton face guy with a
Yeah.
hood. I mean, that's awesome. Especially when you're like 10.
Yeah.
I always felt bad for Skeletor because he felt like he had some big ideas and he was let down by those idiot employees of his.
Well, at least it was not Ordak. Do you remember there was the She-Ra TV show as well? Which
Yeah.
was like a perfect clone of everyone from He-Man.
Right.
But the
Who was the
bad
baddie?
Ordak, I think was the name or something. He was
I don't
like
remember.
an even sadder skeleton.
Oh, really? God.
Oh, Trixie getting caught out here. Gonna be forced to sprout. Even pops the Necro book. Now he's getting life drained. I
thinks
think he
better
wants to
of
try
it.
to turn it around. That book 3 does a lot of damage.
Book versus book.
If he
Fight.
pops the
Look at
ulti,
all
he
his
might get the
days.
kill. Does a little bit of damage. Hook
Oh,
shot gonna hit on Trixie in the lane as well. Now he's stuck inside Cogs, gonna be dropping.
Wow,
Dendy
that
was
tornado
there
came
with
from
the.
nowhere.
He's like, I'm helping, Tornado.
Kill the bird. Kill the bird.
Havost is
Run,
still running for
Havost.
these things. I think Trixie might just TP.
The
Maybe.
neckbook dudes
Oh,
are
Trixie's
bigger
dead.
than
Never
Pugna.
mind.
Look at that.
I
The
forgot.
neckbook
I
warrior
was
is
thinking to
bigger.
myself, Trixie might TP. Then I remember that Trixie already fed, so he can't TP when you feed.
No.
Look at the size
can
of
buy
it.
back.
Look at the size of it. It's bigger than Havost.
Oh,
Run, dude.
Run, baby.
Ah.
He's
So
okay.
close.
Oh, and they just give up. Screw it.
I'm tired. Let's go to sleep. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower
Synchronized sleeping.
It was nice though. Oh, Tornado.
And
hit Era.
your P and your money's gone. Well,
Nope.
No.
No,
Oh,
nice
the
save.
save.
I think he was okay anyway.
no,
Actually.
he was okay, but
Why take a chance, Josh?
No, I mean like he wouldn't have got hit by the EMP.
Can we just
even.
admire the good play?
Man, I
please?
knew during the pause when the tornado was gonna hit. You're gonna doubt me on thinking that EMP is gonna land.
No, he was the one that said it might still hit. I was like, I'm with you.
you said it might still hit. Andy, you said, I think it's gonna land. It might still hit, but I think he's going to dodge it. None of us says anything.
No. I refuse to believe this.
Maybe you
I'm
have
gonna
another
pull out
third
the
imaginary
goldfish
friend
rule.
here.
Well,
It's
you
like
could
5
watch the
seconds
VOD.
out of sight, out of mind. That's what I'm gonna go with. Just I never said it.
It didn't happen.
Listen,
That's how it works.
I'm the play-by-play. I decide what happens.
Black hole is back up. Can they capitalize if they land a good black hole?
I really don't think they can. Like, how do you land a good black hole against Naga Siren?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to find a synonym for capitalize. Because the guys from Twitch are telling me that it likes
You say
to-
capitalize
Yeah,
too
they
much?
put the Kappa faces in chat. It's like Kappa and then
Lies.
tell lies.
Oh,
so
that's
it's like,
clever.
And it's like, people are, I try to
That's
watch
so
the game,
clever.
I can't
I wonder if that's
leave the chat
happening
because of
right
all the
now.
time.
Oh, and every
Well, in
single
2
time,
minutes.
like no matter what, it's
Yeah.
going to be that face for about 20 seconds, and then it's going to go back to talking
Take
about the game.
advantage. I like that.
Yeah.
Make the most of.
Well, they
Make
could take
the most of it.
advantage. They could punish.
Yeah.
Punish the Punisher.
Yeah. Hopefully, nobody's entire family died to be the Punisher, because that
Yeah,
would be
shot
awful.
down in a mafia crossfire.
Yeah, that's
Poor
just
Punisher.
like
Poor
Didn't
Frank
the guy from
Carson.
Baywatch do a Punisher version?
oh, smoke.
I don't think there was ever a
Havost going to get
crossover.
caught out by the demonic purge. Funnick, he's going to get soul captured here and banish Havost, though. He is just like, yep.
There's a dead Pugna.
Rest in pieces.
Run away,
Funnick in the
Funnick.
meantime.
Oh, no, here comes
Hookshot
the
through his
Trixie. Oh, no.
teammates, and the
Invisible
Necro book
Trixie.
popped. Funnick, Cogs, very defensive.
Nice.
play. But I think they get the tier 2 here. Dendy's coming in. Throws out a tornado, but it's only going to hit on No Tail.
Uh-oh.
X on Kuro. Steals a spell,
Oh.
and he dies.
And he dies.
The combo.
Honey,
The combo.
beyond godlike.
Beyond godlike. And he's got an MKB. He's 12-0.
Yep.
12-0.
Honey, the star yesterday, the star today.
Yeah.
I think everyone played well from Fnatic this game.
Yeah.
I think, you
But
know,
12-0, I mean, the thing is, the setup has been there for him to capitalize. I think Gyro's good at getting those kills, right?
we just
So-
talked about this
Come
period.
on,
You
period.
can't say
I'm
capitalize.
sorry.
That's not how it
It wasn't
works.
intentional, I
You
promise.
had one job. Use different words.
All right, I'll come up with a synonym for you-know-what.
All right, nice. I like that.
You realize that
Disruption.
whatever I say, they'll use that anyway.
Well, they're going to try to.
Oh!
Dendy,
Oh, he's coming back.
Force staff, he's going to get X too,
Oh,
but Yule's
nice,
to disjoint
Yule.
the X.
And now going
He's still
this?
stuck
No.
in nets. Yeah, you
Ouch.
can't invis with the ensnare on. It's unfortunate. And No Tail's going to be dropping on the backside to Funnick. Era. He's going to get stunned here. Hani pops the BKB, wants to go in, still has call down. Pavost has a missile on him as well. Kuro teleporting in. What is he going to be able to steal? Hasn't stolen anything yet. Call down, going to hit on all three. Fly, still alive. The boat buff. No, he just drops to the rocket. So close. Puppy.
Oh,
with a
three-man
black hole.
Kill Honey.
Oh,
Get a
the
lot of money.
counterboat
Stolen
coming
boat.
up from Kuro.
Wow.
They turn it completely. It's 4 down on the side of Fnatic. The counterboat. Kuro with the next level plays. Unbelievable. How do they always manage to make exciting things like that happen?
1,362 gold to the Pugna.
No way.
I thought to myself, if it's just Pugna, there's not enough damage. And then I heard the ding-ding of the
Ding,
boat.
ding, ding.
And I'm like, no way.
Yes
Slow
way.
motion, turn on the dubstep. This guy, Kuro, right here. Like,
Okay.
He's been
we need,
stealing
Will they
we
be
need like a
able-
close-up on how popped his collar
Will
is
they
right
be
now.
able-
Because this man, he deserves some credit. Like, that was really sick.
I'm going to forget my synonym. Will they be able to press their advantage?
Well,
That's the problem that they have, is that they really can't. I mean, it was a really awesome fight, and, you know, get
They can
hype,
go get
hashtag,
Rashman, maybe.
you know.
I'm not even sure. Like,
Their team is so
there's
bad
a
at Roshan.
Naga. You can
Send in the
decrep
Dolans.
Roshan.
Send in the Dolans.
Like, this is...
And there's no black hole now.
This is a
Yeah.
depressingly slow Roshan. The rest of Fnatic are looking over here like, you guys just take your time. We're going to wait out here.
See you in a minute.
If it gets low, we're going to sing you the song of my people, and then you're not going to be able to do
Maybe a
anything. So,
vote. And now he's like, well, just run away.
God, man.
Pout a little bit.
Poor,
So
poor
they
Navi.
weren't able to turn the screw further, given that team fight win.
What kind of...
Turn the
What?
screw.
Yeah.
Turn the screw
Yeah.
further.
Yeah. Well, you come
Oh,
up
we
with a
can't.
flippin'
Don't turn this.
synonym,
Like,
but
turn the screw further implies that the screw is already a little
Yeah,
bit turned.
because that's
it's
right.
turned to the other side, period.
no,
it's
no, no.
not turned their
No,
way.
I'm saying that, like, it's another way of saying, you know what? Capitalize.
Oh, but turn the screw further.
Yeah, 'cause they
means
turn
that
the screw a bit. Can they
they're-
turn the
are
screws
starting
further?
to-
I want you to buy a freaking thesaurus
All right.
or look something up about how to not say that word.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Tab out of the game.
I'm going to go look. I can see it on the
Alright.
big screen here. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I know. It's fine.
It's just a
Hani,
Roche fight.
he's killing Roshan in the meantime. He's got a helm on the Dominator, so he'll stay at pretty high health threshold, even if they want to try to engage into this. And he has a BKB, and that poor Alpha Wolf did not deserve that Spite Tornado. They're going to find Trixie in middle, though.
Trixie,
He's
don't
going to get
feed.
Cold Snap.
Ah.
Trixie,
Oh,
force staff to
nice,
the low ground.
force staff.
Really nice. Whose was that?
I think
Flies.
Fly, yeah.
Yeah, boat coming out. Kuro just
well,
throws
since
it.
we have
'cause
it.
Why not?
And
It's
now
a
I
really
don't-
low cooldown, though.
Yeah, it is.
40 seconds.
And it's level 3. It's beautiful.
It is indeed beautiful. Zoning Ice Wall
Oh.
dropped. Hani pops a BKB, wants to go in. It's really low. They still have Song if they want to just try to finish this off and go
Just
for it. Puppy
go for Song.
on the high ground.
Yes.
He doesn't have
Song,
Black Hole for
kill.
30 seconds. Yeah, they're just going to go for it. Funnick, he hooks in. Maybe a
Big
little bit
cogs.
premature. Hani's
kill?
getting really low, and
got
the
it.
Aegis is taken up by Hani. He'll be just fine now. Has a BK. Actually, doesn't have BKB.
Both? Ding,
He's
ding.
BK'd bit in the first time. Funnick,
Ding,
he's
ding.
going to be eating that right in the face. Call down to follow. Hani's Aegis is popped. Era now throwing out a Torrent. He wants to try to kill Funnick. Throws out the X. It's going to be a very dead Clockwork. And now on the back, we're going to
No
see
tail, kind
No
of
Tail.
died,
Gets
but
picked off
Trixie
by
comes.
Dendi. Yules. Trixie.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Dead and Boker. That damage.
Yep, that was a lot of damage. I was thinking, maybe he can't right-click and recover. Huge damage.
Yeah, Trixie, he hits pretty hard.
He does. And that's what you want a Furin to do. It's not about the trees, it's not about the ultimate. You just want to right-click buildings and people.
Yep.
Really, really fast. So, moving forward, Fnatic dominating the game, clearly.
Yeah.
Gold advantage, 1 million, experience advantage. 2
At
million.
least 8 million.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because the gold is higher than the experience, so it should have been like 2 million
Dung dung,
Gold.
I can hear it.
and then experience.
He's
Yeah,
just chucking these
it's a
boats
farming
out.
boat. It's a farming boat.
It's a farming, I mean, it's going to be gone in
Like a,
It's a
nothing,
fishing boat.
in a nothing.
yeah, like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, just make the most of it. Get some farm with it.
In the
Screw
meantime,
your carry.
Era,
You don't
even
have
though-
a carry anyway.
I don't get this. He makes a crossbow when he's clearly using a sword.
Well, can't be a crossbow that fires swords. I mean, he cleaves. I can imagine like he hits with the crossbow and the sword goes flying. Hits people very
What
far
are you
away.
guys talking about?
I don't know if he...
The
The item Daedalus is a crossbow,
Right.
and he uses a sword on his character, so why would he make a bow?
It's like an extra in the head. He swings a sword with one hand.
He's a pirate. What kind of pirate uses a bow?
The,
Gonna have to
the
hold
one
that
from
thought,
the
though.
other game had a
No Tail
gun.
getting caught out, as well as Hani going to be forced to pop the BKB. Just turns around and says,
yeah.
Come at me, bro. Puppy. He wants
Oh,
to
they go
he
Hani.
gets it, but his team's like, yeah, we're not going to help you, Puppy. Now realizing I've made a horrible mistake, drops the gem on the ground.
man.
Everyone in Fnatic just like, you know what? We don't even need your gem. We're
Whoops.
above it.
We don't need gems.
We'll just go
Gems are
GG,
for
GG push right now.
Well, they totally
Lots
can.
of pinging. Lots of pinging. There's a gem here, guys.
The thing is, with Dendi and Pugna, they can stop pushes quite a lot. Now they will clear the clear by Tornado, EMP,
Only hits
Blast.
one. Oh, it hits two, actually.
It's so annoying every time.
Yeah, it's annoying, but neither of them like lost really much for it at all. Dendi, he's going to get Orchid here. Cleave on Havost. Has to decrepify himself from the extra flat cannon shot because he's taking so much damage. And Fnatic, if they don't want to, they don't have to push this. Like, they can just back. Even though Air has a DD, I think they would maybe want to. But
Does
their
Hani
lanes,
still have the Aegis?
their bottom lane is kind of pushed out right now. Demonic Purge onto Dendi. He's so
Aegis
fast, though.
Uh-oh, no tail. You're kind of...
Kuro, he's got Sprout. I think, first up.
Fly saving. Probably wasn't Fly. Probably was no tail microing Fly's hero.
Yeah, it's true. I think what happens is Fly just goes like works out or something, and then No Tail just plays both their heroes.
Yep. I have to go to the bathroom. Can we pause? Nah, it's fine.
I got you, bro.
I got you.
I'll catch you.
All right, so it's 33 minutes in. Right now, Fnatic, they've had the advantage for, I want to say, close to almost the entire game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now, if you're NaVi, you're looking at one tier 1 left. You don't want to take an engagement, at least until you can maybe secure a Roche or something like that. Even though Hani lost his Aegis during the fight, they need a lot to be able to take a 5-on-5 engagement against Fnatic because they're just so far behind in terms of experience and gold at this stage that they need that extra boost. They might be able to find Trixie, and they will. Gonna see a Orchid onto Dendi. No cold snap being used, but yeah, Trixie feed.
You see, it's not unfair when it happens a lot.
Well,
it does, but he's also the hero who has to be in those positions. Like,
yes.
a Furion has to be in, like...
I'm not saying it in a bad way. You know that. People want to know that. It's
but
playful.
Do they know?
Yeah.
People.
Are they going
Trixie.
to...
He's a gentle giant.
Are they going to capitalize on killing the feeder?
Profit.
Well, maybe you have to ask their captain.
Profit, gain, or benefit you could have used. I don't like those synonyms as much as capitalize.
Yeah, I don't like profit either because profit's also
because
the
of
name of the
profit.
hero.
Yeah. You could use profit if profit got like a triple kill or something. Would they be able to profit from this? Yeah.
I think it was a really profitable engagement.
Yeah.
Not bad, right?
Well, pretty bad.
It's almost like I've spoken the language my entire life.
Look at the money Enigma's got. What does it look like he's saving up for to you?
I think Blink has to be his choice.
You think you don't know? It might be an enigma. Haha, get it, guys?
No. I really hate this game that we're playing right now. It's like killing me inside slowly.
This camp will do it.
But I do think it is a Blink.
They need, yeah, of course it is. I was inviting.
Unless it's a Heaven's Halberd again for.
I was inviting you to do your job, Draskell. Here we go.
Inviting me to do
why
my
isn't
job.
He hasn't spent the moolah.
Please, Draskell,
what does
do
that
your
mean?
job.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I was setting you up.
Oh, okay.
To say something.
You were like throwing me the layup,
yeah,
and
I
I'm
was
just
like,
supposed
here
to
you
be
go.
like, Jim,
here's an alley-oop.
you know.
But he might not actually get it.
All right, I like it.
He's gone. Has he gone home?
I think
so. Here we go.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it. There it is.
There we go. And he buys a smoke too. So you know they want to be on the aggressive right now. They want to try to find something. Short of catching out Fly, though, it's really hard to get a black hole, even with that BKB. Fly's positioning has been more or less immaculate.
Yep.
He's always been in the right spot at the right time. Just be like, nope, ensnare. And then Puppy just takes his hands off his keyboard and he contemplates his life because I just think that he's that kind of guy.
Unless...
Shakes his head.
No, but it's a really nice idea, a really nice feeling when you actually black hole someone and for 2 seconds you just lift your hands off the keyboard.
I've never done it. I'll have to try.
I think you just do the arm motion of Enigma in real life while you're black holing in the competitive game, especially if you do what happened to Q-Pad and you just get a 5-man black hole. You definitely just take your hands off the keyboard and you go full that guy in the blue suit at TI in the theater.
Oh, God.
People are going to know what I'm talking about. That guy had it down, like the motion and everything. Hook shot on the creeps. Funny.
That was funny.
One of my favorite moments was the Ogre McGee running up and down.
Did you just say Ogre McGee?
Yeah, like Ogre McGee.
McGee.
Ogre McGee.
It's like friend of Bobby.
MCGEE. Ogre McGee.
Me and my Ogre McGee. That's a song that you have to cover.
Me and my Ogre McGee? That's a good call, actually.
Yeah. That could work.
I don't even know what's going on
Freedom's
anymore.
just another word.
I'm so confused. My life is in shambles.
770 crits. Someone will do it, Pyrian. Don't worry.
Pretty good. And also, I just want to point out that everyone on the side of Fnatic is just like loaded.
Yeah.
Even Fly has 3,800 gold. Well, actually,
Why?
almost everyone is loaded except for Hani because he just bought a Satanic and Shadow Demon because he's a Shadow Demon.
Yeah.
So.
Fly. What did... Fly still has 3,800, yeah. By Radiance.
Yeah, I don't know what he... I mean, he can go for anything he wants. He can go blink.
Radiance.
He
It
can
used to be
go-
legit
Oh,
when
he's
I
going
was
BKB.
Yeah.
boring.
It is boring, but it also means that he can do whatever he wants, basically.
Whatever he wants, except
Oh, blink. Creep lift from
oh,
Kuro.
here it comes. The burn.
Structures are fortified.
He really does not want his teammates to get mana burned. I think
Nope.
that's like the 18th time I've seen No-Tail disrupt to stop an EMP from
Hey, it's a
from
lot of
taking away
mana, man.
It is. It's 400. It's
Yep.
a lot.
Did you see the blink creep lift from Kuro just then?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
was-
how it's gone for NaVi this game, I think.
It was a valiant effort. You know, they wanted to try to get the initiation, but I think if you lift Hani, like, you don't kill him without a black hole.
Yeah.
Like
Nope.
a full duration black hole. And even then, I don't know if you kill him in that time. He's got 22 armor and 2200 health.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the 2s on his side.
All the deuces.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're going to try and... What are they going to try? Use bait invoker here?
Well, they have to try to do something. They have to smoke because the only way they win an engagement is if they get the jump on Fnatic, and that's what they're trying to do right now. Era's over here. Havos going to be the first one, and he has his Aghanims completed. A lot of HP. Going to see the Demonic Purge, but the Soul Catcher actually misses on Havos. Here comes the boat and a call down. Doesn't matter how much health you have, you're not living through that one. The second tick of call down is going to take him down. Trixie, in the meantime, he manages to secure a kill on Kuroki. Now Funnick wants to get out, gets disrupted by No-Tail, and here comes the Torrent. Rest in pieces, and that smoke gank, not what I would call a success.
Yep. Is it time? Is it time to break the
Oh,
race?
Puppy.
Is it time to kill Puppy?
He has to BKB or he dies. Yeah, okay.
Era like one-shotted the neckbook creeps then, I think, as well.
Yeah, if he
Might-
crits, he almost one-shots
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
How much health does a melee one have? Like 800 or something?
It's pretty
About
peppy.
that. 750, 800 probably.
Oh, Puppy. He's going to go on Trixie here in the
Trixie.
top lane. Trixie, watch him black hole. He has to. He has to black hole Trixie right here to make sure he feeds. Come on. Black hole. No.
Don't
cold
do
snap.
it, Puppy.
EMP's going to be there.
Trixie's doing this.
He's
Yeah.
going to kill Dendy. You got
Oh my
black
god!
Puppy,
Puppy
please.
too!
Puppy,
TP,
please.
TP.
Black
Ult,
hole.
ult's down.
TP in.
Oh, goodness.
Here it goes.
Oh,
He's
he's
done it.
going for it. He gets spelled. There's the
Ah,
goal.
there's the Trixie feed.
Trixie feed. Era's inside of the base, not going
Oh,
up. What have I done?
amazing.
I made, oh, cleave.
Oh,
no,
Era
don't
set up
crit.
the cleave.
He wants it. He's going to throw out the
gonna
X.
go back,
He's still
but
got a
this-
boat. No, I don't think he goes back for that. Trixie buys back into the game. In the meantime, they did lose the bottom set of racks.
Yeah,
so this
it's
game
over.
is pretty much over. That's why we're kind of joking around about it. But big congratulations again to Fnatic, man. They deserve this. The last 2 days, the performances they've had in the ASUS ROG DreamLeague has been nothing less of spectacular for me.
I don't know. I just feel NaVi didn't play to the full potential. This lineup was too greedy. He was on the Pugna again, yes. Super fast pushing lineup, but that's not his hero. Dendy, Invoker is his hero, but going in the safe lane that way, I just don't feel it was the best.
I feel he was really far away from the action. He couldn't ever get to a fight easily, and you're trading farm with a Prophet who's going to have a better backup plan than you, which is only team fight. And we can see that NaVi has tapped out here. They're going to call the GG, which means that, again, Fnatic, they're going to be winning their second game here. Very convincingly, Pyrian. The Wizard, you got to see it. Maybe didn't do as well as you would have liked it to, but...
No, not quite. Not a shining example of the best of NaVi, I think. But like you said, Fnatic have been playing brilliantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Good stuff. So we're going to be getting back out here, of course. James is going to be joining us once again to tell us what he thinks, because everybody loves James.
I lost my in-ear, 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Right, there we go.
Now you're good.
Hi, James.
Hi. It's actually, it should be impossible for me to lose my in-ear. I'm surprised Bruno's in-ears are still on. I don't know if you can see, Bruno, if you want to come towards me, mine goes over the top. You just wear yours like accessories. They're
Yes.
just everywhere right now. It's like there's no way you could lose your in-ear. But sorry, I lost mine for just a moment. Yeah, so welcome back to the studio. And we do see that Fnatic now take 2 big wins in a row.
Yeah.
So they're currently 2-0.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they're favorite for being number
Yeah.
one. They
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
Alliance and NaVi.
It's the ASUS ROG DreamLeague Fnatic League. I don't know,
Yeah.
because so far...
And Admiral Bulldog.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of honey.
Well, he's part of Fnatic.
Sprinkle him
Yeah.
in there.
No, a great game overall. We're going to go to a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be talking about the post-game. Some of the questions I want to ask is, Wise Puppy still playing Enigma. That's not working out. What's going on with NaVi's draft? Is there a hero Notel can't play fantastically? And what needs to change for Game 2? So Game 2 and the post-game analysis when we come back after the break.
Extend your command precision with an 8200 DPI Pro Aim R3 laser sensor. Extend your command capability with exclusive Easy Shift button duplicator technology. Extend your atmospherics with a fully customizable 4-LED multicolor lighting system. Extend the life and accuracy of your gaming with the Rocket Titan wheel, the Cone XTD Max